Okay. Oh, it's the on. That's why. Okay, lovely. That should be working. That's working. I believe that's working. Just a quick one before we start today. These are pahlavhandles, right? So you buy this piece of plastic here. I'll send a link in the WhatsApp group. Heroic Sport is the company that make them, that I get them off. Heroic Sport. Indian clubs. I've never found anything that straightened out my shoulders as well as the Indian clubs, right? So moving with the Indian clubs and doing dead hangs were the two that really made a massive difference in the health of my shoulders. Now, all the halo stuff, and we're going to go through a couple of other exercises that we can do with a dumbbell or very lightweight or even a bottle of water. But these things I would highly recommend. Yeah, so I'll send you the link in the thing. I don't get any sponsorship. I would never sell you guys that way, right? But yeah, I'd recommend it. If I recommend something, it's because I think it's good, not because I'm fucking paid to. Okay, so they're worth getting. They're cheap. All you do is you buy the little plasticky handles, and then it just screws onto a bottle of water, so you can adjust how much weight is in the thing. And that's perfect. That's the liter. That's absolutely perfect for what we're going to do. And it's going to straighten, just take the shoulders through a lovely range of motion, keep them all moving really nicely. So we're going to look at those in fit to play in about 13 or 14 minutes. But for now, we're just going to do our breath. So I'm going to inhale, hold it full, and exhale. Empty. Okay. Now we go back to what we were doing before with the backs of the hands together. So I'm going to inhale, rotating my palms, and exhale, backs of the hands together. So I'm closing down the chest on the exhalation, and I'm opening it up on the inhalation. Going outside is very exciting for my dog. Right, from here. From here now, I'm going to look left and right. And I'm going to look up and down. I'm going to roll forwards. I'm going to roll to the sides. Lovely, into my shoulders, so arm circles forwards. And arm circles back. Okay, opening and closing, so I'm rotating my hands as I'm opening and closing. Now I'm going to kind of throw my chest forward a little bit. Now be careful, I don't do it on the first one, okay? Because you're really launching that joint. It can be, if there's issues, it's gonna make it worse. But if there's no issues, I should be able to throw and get that little dynamic yanking kind of stretch in here, okay? From here, then I'm going to rotate this hand, which is going to make this one rotate. So this one twists and this one comes the other way, and this one twists and this one comes through. Okay, so I'm going through, wringing out the T-tail, right? I'm going to really get my shoulders into this now. I'm just a bit mad on the weights yesterday after class, so I need to really twist the shit out of this. Lovely. Okay, so into my elbows. Engage brain muscle. Right, so breathing in, speed back out, into my wrists, circles one way and circles the other way, interlocking my fingers, rolling one way and rolling back the other way. Lovely. So we have done neck, shoulder, elbows, wrists, fingers. So we're into the spine, three ways with the spine. So forward and back. So inhale, driving the hip forward. We're trying to bend the spine the opposite way as far as we can. And then bend it this way as far as I can. Front, middle, and back. Reach for it today, okay? Front, middle. Why do I have an awful sugar pop song in my head now? Reach for it as much as you can, right? Inhale on the way up, and exhale on the way. Breathing in, coming up, and out, coming down. In and up, and out and down. Lovely. From here, just on that train of thought, I'm spreading just a little bit of width to my feet, so I'm not like, not going way out there, right? It's a little bit of width, and I'm just gonna right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Just popping a few of those. Okay. Now heel toe it out. So heel toe out. And again, bump, 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 bump. And the other side, I said heel toe, I should have said toe heel, right? Toe, heel, doesn't fucking matter. Just make it a little tiny bit wider. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Okay, make it a little wider. Lovely, that'll do us from there. So I'm just gonna walk it back in. So we are here, we are here, we are here. Yeah, that's where we are. Side bends. So one side and the other side. They should be a little bit more loose because of what we just did there. So I'm rotating the top hand, rotating the top hand, trying to reach this foot and pushing my hip in the opposite direction, okay? Lovely, now twists, looking behind me. Looking behind me. Good stuff, hands and hips, hip circles. Change the direction. Okay, feet together, knee circles. Change the direction. Lovely, standing on my left foot. Lifting the right foot off the floor. Toes down, toes back, foot back 3 times. Rotate it one way and rotate it the other way. Switch into the other foot. Toes down, toes back, foot back. 3 times through. Roll it one way and roll it the other way. Okay, we're gonna bypass mindful step this morning because I just want to get stuck into the meat of what we're up to. I wanted to add the Indian clubs and work on the shoulders a little bit more. Before we do that, we're just going to activate the glutes a little bit with it and just sort of a mild stretch through the groin here. So what I'm going to do is take a sort of a longer lunge, not crazy long, okay, but just a longer kind of a lunge. So a reasonable length lunge, but there's a bit of width to it. So I'm not all on one line, bit of width. I'm going to bend this knee as far as I can. I'm trying to get the angle right for the camera. Bending this knee as far as I can of you, right? Bending as far as I can, and I'm going to reach as far to this corner as I possibly can. So I'm trying to get my grab mitt here, and then come back. Okay? So you feel it activate here, right? So going again, as far as you can. Like if you go any further, you're going to fall over. Okay? You want to go as far as you can then. All right? Come back again. Now this time when you do it, we're going to go up. It's going to reach up. And back. Now I'm going to go middle. Back, and now I'm going to go down. Okay, so we're activating here and we're stretching through the groin area. Okay, so I'll switch legs, repeat the exact same thing. Just a little bit of length to it. Now, bear in mind, I'm still surgical on this knee, so until I have the operation, I'm not going to be able to move this fucking knee properly, I don't think. So from here, I'm going to reach, at least come off crutches, and back, and again, reach. Far as I can, and back. I want to reach. And again, if I reach further, I'm going to fall. Right? That's how far we're going here. Okay, I'm back. This time reaching up and back and middle. Bend that front knee. Get the weight into the front knee and down and back and just relax. So we've kind of activated the glutes there. Remember, if you overclock the muscles in your butt, which you might do, kettlebell swings, deadlifts, bridges, these kind of exercises can work quite heavily. Just you kind of wag your tail a little bit to loosen them out. Easiest way is to go down in the dog position and just wagging your tail from there, and it just loosens out the side muscles there a little bit. Right, grab a bottle of water or a fucking, literally any small weight. What can I give you? Any small weight. Yeah, go get it. Get small weight. Small weight would be the handiest small weight. Unless the the back corner on your left there. Okay, so we want a small weight. Okay, baby weight. Oh, baby weight. Okay, so a little tiny weight, right? So I'm looking at the shoulders particularly today. Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it around my head once in one direction and once in the other direction. Okay, so give young Michael a second. Look, he's off on a tour here. From here, I'm going to turn this hand and bring it up, around, and back down again. Okay? And then I'm going to turn it again, and this time it's going to come up on the other side of my head, around the opposite direction, and back down again. Now remember, small weight, what do you got there? Yeah, the pink will do you fine. Okay? You'd be all right with either one in fairness, but the pink will do you just fine. So I'm here, I'm going to turn my hands, and I'm going to bring the weight around the back of my head. Okay, all the way around. All right, and then I'm going to turn the hand, and bring the weight around the opposite direction. So the opposite way around now. Okay, so I'm going around one way, and I'm going around the other way. All right, and we'll switch hands, same deal. All the way around one way, and then up and all the way around the other way. Okay, so remember what we did with the kettlebell halos? We're following kind of a similar enough pattern. This is just a little bit more into the rotator cuff. It gets a little bit deeper in there because you're not attached to the other hand. Okay, so that's a method for loosening out our shoulders. Next method, as you should know quite well, take a couple of cups. Oh, that was a shit throw. That was a shit throw. Blame me. Blame me.
So shit movement.
Okay, cups in hands. Imagine there's water in them. All right, bringing it around and all the way around. So it goes back and around, all the way around. Imagine there's water in the cup. So I can't let it do that, right? I do that as a mess on the floor. Don't use fine china for this, and don't use milky drinks on carpet, right? Spin around. Jesus, they're very exciting today. So this time, my goodness, what's going on in my driveway? Oh, that's okay. That's all right, we can allow that. We won't be shooting anybody just yet. Right, right here. So you carry on with those for a second. I'm going to talk you through the Indian clubs with the view that you can kind of look back on the video later. So we'll take one. You can keep doing the teacup drill if you want to, or you can eyeball this. If you, again, heroicsport.com.co.uk. I don't know, fucking Google it. But Heroic Sports sell pahlavhandles, and that's what we want. So first thing I'm doing is I'm getting my reference points here. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to zero that completely center, and then bring it to my reference point here, and then 0 to center. One. Okay, here. Now you can do this with more or less any weight, but why do I like these? Because the distribution puts pressure out here, which maximizes the rotation on the joint. Okay, so it's like, why do I like kettlebells? Because the weight is outside the handle, which when you add a bit of dynamics to it, gives you that extra pull that you don't get from a conventional weight. Okay. Now, movements then. From here, I've got my archer, got my 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and my 2 o'clock, or whichever way you want to look at that. 1, 2, 3, and I swing through those. Okay, so that's one action. You can reverse that movement. All right, and when you're comfortable, then it will take a little bit of practice, but you can do an inside and an outside together. You can do 2 outsides. Okay, you can do 2 insides. All right, all these little moves, again, film, watch, record. It'll be on YouTube for you anyway. Have a look through. Use them when you're in the gym, guys. They're just inside that door. Get a set. They're fucking dirt cheap, and they're well worth having. And the last one then, just on these. Again, I want you to kind of get through this. So from here, just a little bit of a lunge. I'm going to cast, so I'm rotating my palm, okay? And I'm going to cast in the opposite direction. So again, rotating my palm. So I'm going boom, 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 boom. Okay? So Friday, just Friday, tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, they'll be there. Go grab them in the gym. If not, do the weight in and around, and then the opposite direction around. But all of this, it's all about loosening out the rotator cuff. Same with the teacup drill. It's all about getting that rotator cuff to move in ways that we want it. With the jiu-jitsu, we get the purple belts, and they have a locking sequence. They lock each other up. And in doing the joint locks, shut the fuck up. In doing the joint locks, the right level, not like a fucking moron, but in doing the joint locks the right level, all of their joints get nice and supple. So they get kind of shiatsu by joint locking themselves. If you go a little bit heavier, it doesn't feel so nice. Okay, fit for life, that's your lot. Fit to play, we are going to do just a little bit more on shoulders. We're going to get the 4-foot stick and take there. And we're going to then go into hips with the usual jazz. But I wanted to do the Y crew real quick for Rosa, and it won't hurt anybody else, to be fair. Except me, who can't fucking do it properly for some fucking knee, because I'm a fucking idiot who goes fucking playing fucking cage fighting stupid games with people. Anyway, shut up now. I've stopped. Right, from here, nice and wide.
Doing that a little bit.
And it's like steam escaping. Let it all out. Fuck everything. I hate it all. Right, from here, bringing it back behind. And it's like steam escaping. You gotta let the steam out, otherwise you get an ulcer. I'm coming forward. See, I bitch directly to people's faces is what I find is the easiest way, right? Slag people, if I'm gonna slag you, I'm gonna look to your face. I'm gonna do it behind your back. It's way more fun to do it to people's faces. And everybody knows where they stand with me then. Okay. All right, now from here, I'm gonna go from this position. You may have to bend your arms a little bit on this one. You might not. My son's awesome. Some of the kids can do it. He'll grab onto the monkey bars and he'll just do a spin round. If I did that, my fucking both arms would dislocate simultaneously, right? From here, all right, go on. You may have to bend your arms a little bit to get it, okay? Okay, now we're going to this one. So this hand is fixed for the first movement. This hand stays where it is, the other hand moves. Now this hand is fixed and this hand moves. You will 100% have to bend your arm for this, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do that action, but we're going to matrix it. We're going to do our little matrixy movement. So I'm going here, and back. Okay, do your peanut Reeves bend. Without all the wires and CGI. Big a circle as I can. And as big a circle as I can. Lovely, right, losing the shtick now. Another version of that, I just find it a little bit extreme for most people, is I go up to a wall, put my hand on the wall, stand about a foot and a half away from the wall, put your hand on the wall, reach over, put your other hand on the wall and turn around. It can be a little bit much, but it does a huge amount for the thoracic spine and just twists the spine out there a little bit. Right, into the hips. So those are the Y crew movement. So from Muay Thai, they do this little dance before they fight. It's done as a ritual kind of a thing, but really and truly, to me, it's a hip loosening exercise. So what happens is I go down onto one knee, carefully. My other foot goes out in front, and I'm going to drive. So I'm going to look to bend that knee. Now, please bear in mind, that is a fucking surgical issue. I cannot bend that the way I would like to, okay? And I can't put weight on it the way that this one is. I want to create the maximum distance here between the two knees. So that knee bends, okay, and this is back behind me. And then I come back and it straightens. So I bend, straighten, okay? So this is a movement now. It's not held and it's not, it's soft, okay? Now I want to add to that. So I'm going to get my upper body. You notice my upper body is very sort of flaccid. I want to add a little bit more tension through, or a little bit more movement to the upper body. So when I'm forward, I clap the backs of my hands together with thumb up, and I try and drive my chest that way. So I'm here, right? Opening up to the gods, right? And then from here now, I want to collapse everything down. So I clap the backs of my hands together over my big toe, thumbs down. So I'm inhale, exhale, and they kind of swoop, which is a fantastic movement without losing balance when they do it. They swoop. Okay, which is a lovely idea, right? So it's very dancey, it's very soft, but it's opening up the hips here. And why do Muay Thai guys and girls want to do that? Well, because they're going to kick you in the fucking head real hard, right? So you want to kick somebody in the head, you're going to have to get your foot up there somewhere, right? So you're going to have quite a bit of flexibility in here. So this movement here, okay, one, and you see I get a little bit more with it each time. Okay, all right, but again, I'm not giving a very good example because that knee doesn't work. I'm being very sensitive about everything, so apologies for me being a wimp. Right, sitting our asses down onto the floor, spreading our feet out a bit. Okay, I'm going to swim forward to the center. And again, if you have a pen, a fucking remote control, a phone, tipping it forward, tipping it forward, tipping it forward. All that does is it gives you a marker to tell you to reach a little bit more, or reach a little bit more. Okay? Now, this time, I'm going to leave the legs in the same position. I'm going to bring my left hand over my center to try and reach my right toes. Now look, I can reach my right toes there, but that's nothing to do with anything. I'm trying to stretch the outside of here. I'm stretching, and then right hand to left foot. Left hand to right foot. Right hand to left foot. Okay? From there then, I'm going to put the leg again. I can't bend that knee any further than that at the moment. So I'm just going to let that leg out of the way. If I could, I'd be doing this with it, but I can't. So from here, I'm going to push the back of my knee into the floor, pull my toes up towards my nose, hands on the leg, walking the fingers down the leg, grabbing as far as you comfortably can. Don't give a shit what anyone else can do. It's not a fucking competition. You do what you do. Okay, exercise for health, not exercise to out-compete Bilbo Baggins over there, right? So elbow down on the floor, toes to nose, walk your hands as far down your legs as you comfortably can. Inhale through your nose. And on the exhale, sink and relax. Okay, big deep breath into your nose, out your mouth. So what we're looking for, edge of tension. Find where the tension is. Relax until it clears, and it clears like fog, yeah? You can hit it with a hammer, it just comes straight back around. Okay, you gotta just let it settle. Gentle warmth will get you there. Now, while I've been waffling, it's softened, and I can go a bit further. So relaxing my breath as much as I can. You can actually feel it melt away if you pay attention. It just kind of melts, it just disappears. Lovely. Relaxing there, switching to the other leg, same deal. So, whoops. Walking my fingers as far down my leg as I comfortably can, but pressing the back of the knee into the floor. So it's no good here. I'm just trying to get the back of the knee down. Push it so far down that the heel comes up, you know? Okay, walking your hands down your leg, grabbing as far down your leg as you comfortably can. Big inhalation through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Chest to knee, toes to nose. All right. The more you bring your toes to your nose, the more you're stretching the calf. The more you bring your chest to your knee, the more you're stretching your hamstring. You want both. Remember the goal in stretching, wait out the tension. Not harder, grunt force push. Relax. When we stretch, we're actually training the nerves. Okay, some people, oh, you're stretching soft tissue. You can't fucking stretch connective tissue. It doesn't stretch. If it did, we wouldn't be able to hold shape. Okay, you stretch the nerves, which tell the muscles to relax, which allow further movement, which allows better blood flow, which allows the muscles to grow better, and just generally increases every possible aspect of health. Okay, what was next? Oh yeah, onto the glute. So just on that topic, right, on the topic of health, so what we're doing here is exercise for health, not exercise for performance. Grab your knee, pull it up to your chest while I'm waffling at you. So I'm just going to bob my knee back and forth there. So exercise for health. So health, when we looked at it, there was 6 domains, right? College said 5, I added the 6th one because they didn't want to say the 6th one, but whatever. So 6 domains of health, physical health, right? How your body is, yeah? Absence of illness and optimal kind of movement and stuff. Mental health. Do you know what day it is? Do you know where you live? Do you know your name? Show your relevance in whatever you're doing, okay? Now I'm gonna bring my right knee over to the left side, allowing the hip to come up, okay? Emotional health. Are you calm or are you panicking? Okay? You should have a fluctuation in it, right? And then back to the other side. So physical, mental, emotional. Social health. You got a few people that you hang out with and talk to. Switching legs here. Spiritual health. What's your relationship with life and death and the universe and God and whatever you want to call it? I say the universe, you can say God if you want, whatever. Okay? So we've got physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual. That was the 5 they gave us at college. I said you add the 6, which is financial, right? Because if I'm in debt to you or I owe you a lot of money or something, whatever, right? Then I'm relying on you for my money. Then I'm gonna, that's gonna cause all sorts of anxiety. Pulling my right knee or my left knee over to the right and relax. Okay, so the domains of health. What you got to know about this, right? Everything affects everything else. You're taking a few minutes out of your day, right? You guys are fit to play, so that's 30 minutes you're taking out of your day to improve the quality of your physical health. It also improves the quality of your mental health, which also improves the quality of your emotional health, which also improves the quality of your social health. Okay, and it's all connected, right? So if you positively improve one area of life, it connects to all of the others. Now, if you give all of your energy to working out in the gym, I'm going to live in the gym and I'm going to be Mr. Six-Pack and all that stupid shit, right? If you do that all the time, it's going to negatively affect the others because you have to give energy to all 6 areas. Okay? So what do we do here, right? I'm going to grab my knee while we're talking. Might as well not fucking sit there staring at each other while I talk bollocks. So I'm going to pull my right knee. I'm going to bring it over to my left and I'm keeping my right hip down. So what do we do in Fit to Play, right? We do the muscles Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where we work resistance like a stoic, yeah? So we're taking like a hard approach to, push, drive, etc. Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, like Saturdays on my own, just set off. Tuesdays and Saturdays, we do an Epicurean approach, which is a smell the flowers kind of thing, right? Okay, switch legs, same idea now. Left knee, pulling your left knee towards your right side, keeping your hip down. So between those two, you work strength and flexibility. If you improve your strength and your flexibility, or at least your mobility, then the other areas kind of improve by virtue of that. And relax. Right, my last little rant before we do the floppy knee thing. The 4 base elements of fitness, okay? So you have neuromotor control. What's that? Coordination, balance, your brain's ability, your nervous ability to control your muscles, okay? So balance, well, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? But you can work on it. We don't know the parameters to improve that. There's no scientifically given thing. What we do know is mindfulness is the key, right? Work on your balance, work on your mindfulness, okay? Then you've got muscular strength, endurance, and power. Okay, so that's how much weight can you lift in a given range of motion, how long can you lift it for, how fast can you lift it, right? Strength, endurance, and power. Okay, then so that's 2 of your base elements. Then you have your flexibility or your mobility, which is the ranges of motion. So flexibility is the end range of motion, but mobility is the working range of motion, your ability to go in and out of that, which to me is more important. Now, you do need good end range, but it doesn't need to be the splits. It doesn't need to be crazy. It doesn't need to show off, right? You just need to be able to fucking function. I'm very interested in functional stuff, okay? And then your last one then is cardiovascular endurance. And how do you build that up? Well, just keep going. Just keep going, okay? There's a few ways of doing it, and there's different elements to it. There's low intensity, moderate intensity, and high intensity. They all have slightly different takes on it. If you're a psycho, you go into Tabatas, which I do occasionally, and they're brutal, but they definitely improve one area. But again, you have different, I won't go too far. I'm not going to talk too much about that, right? So from here, just flop on your knees either side, letting it flop, letting it flop, letting it flop. Okay. And relax. Right, so all of that waffle can be reduced to work on strength on one day and work on mobility on the next day. Okay. Okay, whatever you strengthened yesterday, you stretch today. Whatever you stretched yesterday, or whatever you stretched today, you strengthen tomorrow. Okay, and that your exercise time is to improve your overall quality of life. Not necessarily, okay, I can lift fucking 10 kilos more than Jimbo over there. But to improve your overall quality of life. If you give too much energy to the gym, you're not giving that same energy elsewhere where it may be better. If you do not give enough energy to the gym, you don't get enough rewards, then you do not have the energy to give elsewhere. Okay? So you got to find that balance. And that's what health really is, finding a fucking balance. It's not, oh, an apple is healthier than a chocolate bar. It's circumstantial. It depends on everything else that's going on. Okay? So we do half an hour a day. We don't do 3 hours a day. We do half an hour a day. Okay? Because if you go any longer, it's going to take energy from other shit that you need to do. And there's other stuff. All right. Tomorrow. See you later.